Tirico and Greg Olsen. It is for real. Season begins here. Off we go from NRG Stadium. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. There's no three tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Get it. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Throwing right away on the game's first play. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Certainly not how they drew it up for his first catch of the game, but he's on the board, and I think the hope is continue to go his way, and next time, let's try to pick up some yards.
18, Pioneer.
Now they'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. That the former Defensive Rookie of the Year, Will Anderson. He's into the sack column early in the season. A sack on this opening drive.
60 Eagles, trap 60, trap 60. Cut it. Let's go.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes.
Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. The Colts have come away with the football.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Will Anderson. What a way to kick off the new year. 2 sacks in the first half of the opener. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now collegiate star in Austin with the Longhorns, it's Bijan Robinson. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
Throw right side, pulled in by Mitchell. It is a gain of 16. They get the 3rd down conversion by about a yard. 1st and 10.
At the 47-yard line.
Ready? 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Panther 60, Panther 60.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Open man, his tight end, Tyler Warren. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Crackle 80.
On the handoff, it's Robinson. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. He's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
In motion, Reed. Here's a toss left side for Robinson. Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop it for no gain yet again. And now it's third down.
Viking 18. 19 Lions.
He'll look to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Warren.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Hill look to throw. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And the Texans are going to come up with it. Looks like we have an injured Colt on that play. It's a three tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
On second down, Stroud. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just wouldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. You do know it'll be third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Third and a long way to go. Here's Stroud. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Lane. Oh, how about that hit? He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
Get it. Cougar 19.
On the give, it's Robinson. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. That's Henry To'o on the tackle. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7.
70 Lions. Viking 18.
Another run here for Robinson. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and
6. Okay, ready?
This is 3rd and 6.
Here we go. Set. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
He'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Texans are going to get the football at their own 40.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Drive will start on the ground. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
And he puts his head down and he picks up the first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
A pickup of 14 on that one. It's good for a Texans first down.
All right.
From the gun, here's Stroud. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
18.
Stroud gonna tuck this one on the zone read.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
You don't need much. It is third and inches. On the ground, it's the tight end. And they get it at the 18-yard line. The drive stays alive. First down picked up.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on third and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
18.
On the bootleg, it's Stroud. He's got it at about the 8. And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up first and goal. So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. 0-0 is the score. More from Houston coming up in a moment. Ball sitting at the 7. First and goal. Stroud. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
All right.
Going back in the backfield. We'll get the carry here. And he turns out some of the hard yards in this area of the field, working it to the 3-yard line.
It's now
Third and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's so close to breaking the play, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's fourth down.
That one didn't have a chance, Mike. They do a great job of getting penetration, clogged up the run lanes, and now this offense has a decision to make here on fourth down.
On fourth down, Stroud. And this is caught. Wow, the decision to go pays off. Touchdown, Houston.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
This will be returned from the 6. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready, break. No. 18 Cardinal.
In motion is Warren.
Hurt. Ready.
They'll start on the ground with Robinson. They'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
68, 18 Cardinal.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Body was man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
He gets this complete to Mitchell. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. A big gainer for Indianapolis. 37 yards. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
70 Timberwolves. 19 Lions.
They'll look to throw yet again. Left side has come by Warren. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down. A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Robinson is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. This taken at the 5. Now a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Viking 18. Steady.
Now, faking the give. This is caught at 2. And he's in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. You're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This returnable for Wallace. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll begin here on the ground. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Now a stoppage for an injured Texan. From the 25, here's 2nd and 8.
All right.
Now Stroud. Outright Smith and Jigba has it. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
All right.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. Got it with Smith and Jigba. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. A gain there of 10 yards. 1st down for Houston.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
It's 1st down, and they'll run. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
2nd and 11.
Here we go.
To throw is Stroud. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. 16-yard pickup on that one. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
All right.
Back to throw. Stroud. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike. And what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
2 minutes remain here in this 1st half. Greg and I back from Houston in a moment. Here's 3rd and 2.
Here we go. 118. What's up?
To throw, it's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. That one is good. And the Texans are back within 4 at 14-10.
It's always a little bit of a letdown. Like you find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
Safe kick taken at the 5. Now an opening has the 30. Still on the move. And he's going to take this all the way back. 92 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And that's a football to hold on to forever. His first NFL touchdown in his very first NFL game. The extra point by Bass is good. And the Colts are out to a 21-10 lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
On the quick, right?
On play action. Stroud. His throw left side is complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. First catch for him on this new season. And it results in a 1st down.
Here we go.
Stroud going to set up the throw. Exiting the pocket right. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver. And down he goes. JT Tuimoloau taking him down for the first sack of this new campaign.
All right.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. They'll try to set up the screen here. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start. And a loss of yards on the play.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped. And that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever.
All right. 18. What's that? Under.
Now Stroud. Going for it all. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's the punter now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football.
Ready? 18 Cardinal.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Throw over the middle, looked in by Mitchell. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop with 17 seconds to go in half number 1.
Stretch the Eagles.
He'll look to throw. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target, and it'll be second down.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic, and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time, he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
In motion, Reed. Back to the air once more on second down. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
Come on, 18 Rattler, 870 Timberwolf.
Back to throw. Now a deep ball for Mitchell. That is brought in. And he will get into the end zone. At 9, Mitchell. Touchdown, Indy.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half. But everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock. And they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
Tyler Bass set to kick off.
4 seconds still to be played in this half as that one's away. This returnable for Wallace. And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this first half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This returnable for Wallace. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. If he gets a yard out of that one, it's second down.
3 to 2. Brings up second and 8.
RPO and a quick hit to Smith and Jigba. He's going to have a first down. He pulls out. Nice pickup of 9
yards. And the Texans first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Going over the middle, this one is complete. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
He'll tuck it and take off. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Brings up second and 1.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's second down and a yard. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly.
And this is caught on the sideline. Going to have the first down. Oh, wait a minute. maybe not. They say the feet were out of bounds. Wow. Big, tight call there. For the moment, it'll be 4th down.
All right.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. This is caught. He got the connection to Collins. And he will have the first down. Needing to make something happen. Trailing here in the 3rd quarter. They convert on 4th down.
All right.
First and 10 at the 20.
They'll go play action with Stroud. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down. And now we're going to get a timeout. It is C.J. Stroud in need of some attention. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. They'll run on 2nd down, and he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on play.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Texans are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
35-yard line.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Ready. Steady.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Looking down the field, but that ball's incomplete. Bijan Robinson, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's going to be 4th down. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there.
All right.
And a good run there. Going to gain 5 yards. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Let's go.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. A pickup there of 19 yards. 1st down for Houston.
Ow, good night.
They run on the jet sweep. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but Really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical. Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They come to the line needing 11 here on third down.
Tony.
From the gun, here's Stroud. Quick hitting slant there. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a fourth down decision to make.
And he will have the first down. Needing to make something happen. Trailing here in the third quarter. They convert on fourth down. Now, faking the give. Flush to his right. This one, batted away. It's incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. It's second down. Now give on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Over the middle, Smith and Jigba with the grab.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was, and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
They get 14 yards and set up first and goal. This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is first and goal. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
The 2-yard line.
Here we go.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Texans. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive, because they've still got some work to do. I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Ready? Cowboy 80. Panther 60. Panther 60. Warrior 70.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down.
Ready? 18. 5 in.
They'll look to throw. throw right side, pulled in by Mitchell. And they will finally run him down. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 33 yards. Here's 1st and 10.
A gain of 33 yards on the play.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Steady.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And by Mitchell, the intended target. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved a touchdown along the way.
And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll throw out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. This returnable from the 4. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at 23-yard line. To the ground, a 1st down run. While the ball's out, the Colts have come away with the football.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover. All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Third down, they need 5.
Cougar 19.
He'll drop to throw. Out wide, that's Robinson. And he will easily pick up the 1st down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead.
He'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Touchdown, Colts. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
His kick is good. Makes the score Colts 38, Texans 21.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This returnable for Wallace. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. Looks like we have an injured Colt on that play. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Now they'll set up to throw. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off. That's Samuel Womack. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Let's get ready.
Back to throw here to begin the drop. He's going to go deep. Looking for Reed. That is caught. What a throw. Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Now pass to tack on the extra point. It's up and through. And the Colts will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, pass is back to kick it off. This returnable for Wallace. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Their own 29-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one.
It's a gain of 9.
2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Go. Let's go.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
6 yards.
It's a gain there of 26 yards.
First down.
1st and 10 now from the 36.
At the 36-yard line.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Good work there defensively. Knocked it away, and the pass falls incomplete.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. His 8th reception of the game, and good for a first down.
And the Texans, first down.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. A lot of chances on that one. It just bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
As a pass rusher, you don't always need to record a sack to make your presence felt. Creating pressure, move the quarterback, affect his timing. Those are all different ways to take pressure off your coverage unit.
Throughout another catch for his favorite target. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5.
Shut up. Now pass the 60. Pass the 60.
Throwing now from the gun. And this one's going to be intercepted. It's L'Jarius Sneed. And the Colts are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's go.
The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Now a stoppage for an injured Texan. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. It is 2nd and 6.
Cowboy 80.
Back to throw. Rolling to the left. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Get it. Bronco 80. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Steady.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a first down.
First down. A gain of 9 yards. First down,
Hawk 70.
Indianapolis.
Hawk 70. Steady.
And this will not be a spike. He faked it.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Hold the ready.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go now. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Ready, ready.
They'll run it here with Robinson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
It's a gain of a yard.
3rd and 7.
Third down.
Ready, ready. 18 Cardinal. 8, Cup 19. Cup 19.
He'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
At the 31-yard line.
Hold the ready.
Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline.
Here we go. Here we go.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Out to his right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he'll take this one in. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Houston. Touchdown here in the 4th quarter, Greg. They have a big mountain to climb, but at least they're technically still alive in this one.
And now, Mike, we're going to see them line up to go for 2. They're going to see if they can get this lead down to 16 points and still give them a chance to fight back here late in the 4th quarter.
Texans will line up for the 2-point conversion.
That's pulled in, and they're able to tag on the 2-point conversion.
45. Texans 29.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He's to midfield. Inside the 20. And he's going to take this all the way back. 90 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And what an opener it has been for this rookie. That's now his 2nd touchdown here in week 1. Pass's kick is good. And the Colts are going to extend their lead.
Texans 29. Tyler Bass set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This returnable for Wallace. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down. There's that man again. Another catch. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
the gun. He'll throw. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down. Aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on fourth down.
Let's go.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down. Back to the air one more time. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Smith and Jigba has it on that out route. And he will score! Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Texans. That's his second touchdown now here in the season opener. Their head coach, 2 fingers in the air. They'll say no to the extra point and go for 2. That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful. So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
Let's go.
On first down, it's Robinson. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Texans' 42-yard line.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment.
Ready. Here we go. Here we go. 19.
That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. And that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Ready.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game. Like, it just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line.
Let's go now.
Start on the ground, and not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Throw here down the field will fall incomplete.
And while this one is all but over, these guys aren't going to let up one bit. They have a lot of pride in their performance, Mike. And just because they had this big lead, they're not going to give you anything easy here down the stretch.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're could be their final play. It's 4th down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
They get the conversion with a gain of 22. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw yet again. A throw behind his neck, can't reel it back in. And that'll go down as an incompletion.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient. But at others, he just misses too many.
For a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off. That's Samuel Womack. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown.
So it's 3rd down, and it just seems clear that he's just trying to do anything to keep the drive alive. But even though you're trying to keep the team off the field, you just can't be careless and reckless. And that's really what he ended up being, Mike. And defense takes advantage and takes it back to the house.
This returnable for Wallace. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin then. Right back to the air following that pick 6. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Now, faking the give. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Deputy! Cougar 19!
The defense still has 3 timeouts. We'll see if they decide to use them here as the offense starts taking a knee.
Two!
2nd and 11.
Viking 18!
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So this one, a win for the visiting Colts. They move to 1-0.